Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today's adventure is air-fried enchiladas. Now, they're not going to be your traditional enchiladas with a corn tortilla. Instead, they're with leftovers and flour tortilla. Now, this recipe is super easy, super tailorable, and I just want to show you how it works out and get to the grub. So are you ready for this adventure? Let's go. All right, you guys, so this adventure today is with the new Blazant T1 Flare digital air fryer. I have been having a lot of fun testing this out, seeing what it can do, and so far I have been very impressed with the design, the functionality, and the overall look of this beautiful machine. So we are going to use the Blazant today, but if you have a different air fryer, you can totally just use that one. You'll just use the custom button or just the air fry button, and you'll be right up with us. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take our leftover chicken, pork, turkey, whatever you have that is left over. This is turkey from a bird I deconstructed a couple days ago, and we had it for dinner, and this is the final leftovers of it. Now, this enchilada, in our family, we kind of call it Encha-Burrito because we're going to use flour tortillas for this recipe. And the other way that this is like an Encha-Burrito instead of an enchilada is we're actually not using enchilada sauce, but we're using absolutely everything else that goes into an enchilada, just no sauce. So let's keep all that in mind as we put together our Encha-Burrito enchilada. So first of all, I have my chicken here, and I'm just gonna season it with a little bit of taco seasoning. This step is totally optional. I just do it because my turkey was a little bit under seasoned because I wanted to use it for several other recipes, like for instance this one. And if you had any other cooked veggies that you wanted to put in it, or even some raw veggies like onion or green pepper, definitely you would want to put those in as well. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to open up 1 can of rotel, and we are going to drain the liquid off. Now, oftentimes when I use rotel, I don't drain the liquid off, but it's very important that we drain the liquid off in this one because we want this mix to kind of be real dry. Otherwise, it will make a sloppy mess and it will kind of get soggy. So let's go ahead and drain off our rotel, which rotel is diced tomatoes and green chilies. All right, once it's drained well, we're just gonna combine it with our meat, all right? And at this point, if your family really loves spicy food, go ahead and put in another extra can of green chilies. That way that spice factor will really be there. But I am a little bit of a wimp, so I'm gonna leave out the green chilies. Next, we are gonna open up 1 can of refried beans. You could totally use black beans or even a whole pinto bean in this. But I like the refried because of the way that I put together my Encha-Burrito. So now we have our cheese, our mixture, and now let's get to our tortillas. So I'm just gonna take a couple out. It's just my husband and I for dinner tonight, so I'm just gonna make a few. But here I have the tortilla. Now, depending on which air fryer you have, you really need to make sure that you know what size your tortilla is going to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out the air fryer and I'm going to stick my tortilla in. And as long as my tortilla fits in here, then that should be just fine and I won't need to trim them. If you were using a Pampered Chef tray, you would then put it in this direction and say, okay, you're fine, you can go there. There are some air fryers where the basket width is only here, and see how it sticks off a little bit like that? That would mean that we need to trim off enough of the tortilla that can safely go in there without touching the sides of your air fryer. And the reason you don't want it to touch the sides is because as it cooks, the sides will stick to the air fryer and just make a bigger mess later. I mean, I just don't like to make a mess like that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take our tortilla here. I'm gonna take an offset spreader or palette knife, and I am just going to spread some beans right into the center of this tortilla. Now we're gonna take our chicken mixture or our turkey mixture or whatever mixture it is, and we are going to Just plop some right down the center. And be healthy with your portions because this is a whole tortilla and it's gonna be great later. All right, so now we're just going to roll it. You don't need to worry about folding in the sides all fancy like or anything. We're just gonna roll it and we are gonna set it right into our air fryer, just like that. So now I'm gonna do about 3 more. And if you wanted to make this vegetarian Encha-Burrito, definitely leave out your meat and just put some veggies and beans. You could even put rice in this. Make sure it's our already cooked rice, but that would totally work as well. All right, there we have it. They are right in the center there. I always make sure that there is a little room. Let's see. See how there's a little room on the top and the bottom of the tray. That way the air can fully circulate and everything can get really crispy. If you were to use a piece of parchment or whatever else, it kind of restricts that airflow and the bottom stays soft. Some people like that contrast between soft and hard, but I like mine to all the way be hard. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to spray them with spray oil. Now this is an optional step. I like the spray oil because it actually does crisp the tortillas just a little bit more. And I really love a crispy tortilla in my Encha-Burrito enchilada. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of oil and then now we are gonna top with the cheese. So let's just do probably about half of a cup or so of cheese. This is a full cup of cheese and I don't think I'll use the full cup just because it kind of makes things a little messy on the inside. And that's what it looks like on the inside. And we're gonna get it into 375 for about 15-ish minutes. At the end of 15 minutes, we're gonna test it and just make sure everything is warmed through and the tortillas are crispy. Actually, we'll probably check it about 10 and decide, but usually it takes about 15 minutes. We're gonna get that in there. We are going to turn on the power. We're gonna hit air fry for 15 minutes, shake reminder, and we will do 370, and then we're gonna push go. Okay, I will be back here whenever this is done and show you the fantastic results. I'll be back in a little bit. There we go. And check out this amazing Encha-Burrito. Can you even right now? So let's try to get this right out of the pan, which it's very hot. So please be very careful when you're using small spatulas, which I just did, which I'm like, ooh, better mention that. You're sticking your hand in and this is gonna be very, very hot. It's gonna be about 370 degrees. So definitely use a larger spatula if you have one to get under there and get your crunchy, delicious Encha-Burrito out. Look at that. Ay, 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 does that look good? Look at that. And we will top it with a tiny bit of sour cream right in the center, just for giggles. And then there we have it, our Encha-Burrito enchilada. Now, I want to show you just how crispy this is. You ready for the crunch factor? You'll be able to hear it from my mic right here. Ready? You hear that? Oh man, that is amazing. And it did take the full 15 minutes and ooh, hot. I absolutely love repurposing my leftovers for Encha-Burrito or enchilada. Man, it just hits every spot. And I feel good about it because I'm not throwing away leftovers at the end of the week. Instead, my family doesn't even care that it's leftovers because it's repurposed into something new. So, all right, you guys, well, did you enjoy that video? If you did, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you have an idea for me, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here and get my husband fed and have a great rest of my day. Okay, you guys, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.